Good morning, guys. You're watching Days with Casper. This is how skateboards should be made at Life Skateboards. My name is Casper Jones. I handcraft skateboards for Life Skateboards. I think this live started a little bit early. I'm going to go grab some stuff. So, today, we're going to be finishing up this stack of popsicles on the orbital here, and then I've just got a mid-twin for Jake Dahey and 2 extreme Aggros to shape. So let me get this together here. I'm going to go through my little spiel on the new signature shape, since there's three of those left. All right. Morning off grid. So, a while back, I released a signature shape, and that was, I think Sam gave me a signature shape like 2.5 years ago. I'm on to my 3rd shape now. Yeah, bright and early, I got to finish these before the boss man gets in today. This was the 2nd version of my shape here. This is just the template. This is the new version. This is the Casper 3.0. I absolutely love it. I beefed up the nose quite a bit to give myself more surface area, knuckled it out to give some more versatility, rounded off the tail a little bit more, and narrowed it up just a bit to make it fit on the standard press for tighter concave. So, how do you order this? Because there are 3 signed and numbered left. It is amazing looking, isn't it? So, right now, if you go to the Life Skateboards website, that's lifeskateboard.com, and go into the signature section. Under the Casper signature, you're going to find this. If you order that right now, you're going to get one of these last 3 signed and numbered and a free collage put on there. So there's 3 of these left, 7 have already been sold. We are currently updating the website to get that fully added to it, but if you want one of these signed and numbered before it's officially added to the website, that's how you do it. Go to the website and order a Casper signature. All right, I'm gonna get started with work here. Set these aside, nice and flat. Ooh. And like I said, we're gonna be starting off with the orbital. It was cold when I came in here. It's not cold anymore. Alrighty. Oh, if you guys are just tuning in, welcome to Days with Casper. My name is Casper Jones, and I handcraft skateboards for Life Skateboards. In a little bit here, I'll go over how you get a hold of my new Casper signature shape, signed, numbered, and with a free collage on there. We're going to start off with shaping this stack of popsicles. Oop, almost broke the tripod. We took all these through the whole process besides the orbital yesterday, so we just got to finish these up and we will move along. Lucifer, that is the first joke I read today, and I love it. That's hold on, that's important. That gets pinned. That gets pinned. The first good joke of the stream gets pinned to the top of the stream. That's the rule here. Any cruiser boards, head over to lifeskateboard.com and get yourself a life. You'll be able to find over 77 different shapes. A cruiser is not defined by the board itself. It is defined by the trucks and wheels that you put on there. So, Johnny Manic? ACJ, are you talking about Johnny Manic? But anyway, I'm going to sand this one, and then I'll go through the spiel on my shape again. Remember, you can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. I know I'm shaping a whole stack of popsicles right now, but we have over 77 shapes available on the website. Hi, Grum. Don't worry about it. Just start skating. It's like it's like subconscious cardio because you're having fun. So you'll start losing some weight. Obviously, it'll intend for you. You should probably do some workouts outside of skateboarding, but skateboarding will have some unintentional cardio for you. Just when you get your first board, what I would suggest is swap your stock bushings with Bones hard bushings. It'll make the turn radius normal for. Sorry guys, I woke up like 40 minutes ago. It'll make the trucks feel normal. And then if you want something that's going to last a really long time from us, you might want to get an 8-ply from us. Those options are on the website at lifeskateboard.com. You're going to learn varial flips, kick flips. That's funny. I had varial flips before I had kick flips because I could not get my board to stay straight. Hey Jonathan, do you have anything important to contribute to the conversation, or just saying random shit? Definitely. But, yeah, skating will definitely help you lose weight. One song is a great skateboarder. I look like I just woke up, buddy. Just woke up and I'm at work. It's okay to be tired sometimes. But accusing people of being on substances that openly talk about their sobriety is pretty silly, so wake up and treat people a little better than you started to. Thank you. I love this too. I volunteer with a nonprofit called Skate Park Respect. We clean skate parks and maintain them with a goal of saving funds in the city for better skate parks and better park improvement. If you want to see some of the results of that, Google Lawrence Skate Park. Oh, thank you, bud. Yeah, we talk about addiction and recovery quite a bit here. If it weren't for people talking about their story, I wouldn't be alive today. You guys almost just watched me fall. That's rad. Jonathan, are you high or like a 13-year-old? That's the problem. I have no clue what you're saying or what any of what you're saying relates to anything. How what you're saying relates to anything. I'm still really confused, buddy. Unfortunately, we're starting this stream off with probably the most boring part of the process, in my opinion at least. I've heard people find this part satisfying. I have no clue how you can find this part satisfying. Maybe it's because I'm the one that's doing it. I don't know. But we've only got 5 more after this one, and then we've got 3 to take through the entire process, so. Hey Dylan, I would suggest you go to lifeskateboard.com, the website that's up 4 times behind me here, and check out everything we've got. We've got, I mean, as you can tell from the templates on the walls here, we've got all different lengths, widths, sizes, shapes, everything. So if you don't see something you want exactly, you can usually put it in the notes. Let me see, you wanted 33.5. Well, maybe ask for a, probably be, what, a twin nose, since the nose is a little bit longer than the tail. But just check out our website, see if we got something close to what you want, because we've got a huge range of options here. This is a little bit different than your average board brand because we're an actual company that makes our own product. So we can make you exactly what you want here at Life. My favorite style of board to ride is my signature shape. I skate everything, and my favorite tricks are either barley grinds or I don't know. I like barley grinds, I like Miller flips, I like transition a lot. But real quick, while we got a good amount of people here, whoops. All right, so a while back, if you're asking what my favorite thing to skate is, so a while back I had a signature shape and I released another one. It's currently not added to the website, but we're doing a limited run on it, and there's 3 left on that limited run right now. That would be this shape here. It's 9-inch trucks. I absolutely love it. I beefed up the nose a little bit and knuckled it to give it some versatility. Rounded off the tail a little bit more for my last one. Made it a little bit more narrow to make it fit on the standard press for tighter concave. So for this limited run here, we were doing 10 signed and numbered with this signature, with this collage graphic. This graphic is usually $25 extra. It's rolled and applied by hand. So if you go onto the website, that's lifeskateboard.com, and go into the signature section, you're going to see this shape under the Casper signature. If you order that, you're going to get one of these 3 right here. So head over and clean us out on these last 3. So we've got 10 of 10 right here. This is 9 of 10. And this is 8 of 10. If it had a color bottom veneer, I tried to show that off a little bit. So I'm going to set these over here. Once again, you go into the Casper signature shape on the Casper you go into the signature shape on the signature section of the Life Skateboards website. That's lifeskateboard.com. And order this one, you're going to get that one. Alrighty, so I'm going to get to work here. Just wanted to show that off while I had a moment. Bag this back up. All right, and we're going to get back to work here. All right. Thank you, Amon. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Rudy. I just kind of used you as a jumping off point to talk about sobriety. I will say, when I'm tired, I'm sure I look a little bit messed up. That's probably the years and years and years and years of substance abuse that built up to today. But happy to be clean and happy to talk about it and happy to help people with that. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I just kind of used you as a jumping off point to talk about sobriety. Whenever I talk about it, I feel like I'm helping people, so. It's 7:30 in the morning and I'm already helping people. That's how I should feel about that, right? 4 years, J-Dot, congratulations. So this company is called Life Skateboards because skateboarding and sobriety gave my boss a new life. And then he ended up bringing me into this. So everybody involved in the company is in addicts in recovery. The a great environment to be around. Nice to find a little sobriety heat from skateboarding. Congrats, Dylan. That's awesome. I love finding that sober people keep finding my my page. Ammon, I'm on my phone right now. I'm very confused by that question. It's not very hard to confuse me though, especially this early in the morning. How much do they cost? Popsicles are $70 and shapes go up from there. My signature is $99 and there are quite a bit of boards in between there as well. Some of the bigger boards are more expensive. If you go to Life Skateboards 1010 on Instagram, you'll see some boards that aren't on the website with instructions on how to get a hold of them, including a 14.6, 13.6. Thank you. Not even 8 in the morning and somebody called me a monster in a good way. That's cool. Skateboarding's my life too, bud. It's all I do. Alright, and this guy's ready for graphics. Yeah, a little bit more love. Alright, this one's ready for graphics, so we'll move on to the next popsicle. Good afternoon from Scotland. It's 7:45 in the morning here, so what time is it over in Scotland? I have no clue. I'm bad at keeping track of all that. These are 7 pieces of Canadian or Great Lakes maple. PM. Well, thank you for watching me in the middle of the day. I'm honestly, it's almost 8 here. I'm just getting this work done early so I can get myself a skate session in today finally. It's been a while. It's definitely an early start. Especially for me, I'm not usually awake this early. Just kidding. It's not usually working this early. Let me grab another disc here. It's working a little slow on me. Just wait till you see the not boring part of this. If you guys like what you're watching, double tap the screen for me. Hey, thank you, Rody. I appreciate you. Look at that. People on the internet being kind, compassionate, and having conversations about things. Isn't this a rare moment? That's why I like this little community we've created around this live. We can be correcting of each other. We can, and then come back together and be like, yeah, I'm sorry, dude. We're cool, right? I love it here. Hey, Sweaty Freddy, thanks for hopping in here during your busy morning. Oh, I didn't even mean that. Good morning, guys. You just bought your first board at 27 years old? Well, I got one thing to say to you. Welcome. Welcome to the skateboarding community. Doesn't matter when you got here, doesn't matter how you got here. You're one of us. Thank you. We're happy to have you. Good morning, doubles. You'll find the skateboarding community is a lot more welcoming, especially to newcomers, than it's ever been, in my opinion. People are excited to see new people on boards again. That's exciting. And all the gatekeeping bullshit's kind of over, in my opinion. I don't know. As far as keeping people out of the activity of skateboarding, I don't think that's happening anymore, which is exciting. Your board broke yesterday, Toast. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, if you want, you can go to lifeskateboard.com and you'll get yourself something a lot stronger than you were probably skating yesterday. Hey, that's awesome, John. Skateboarding saves a lot of our lives, so it's always exciting to see somebody start diving into the thing that saves our lives, so. Hey, there we go, Sweaty Freddy. Skate Park Respect making its impact. I'm definitely proud, don't you worry. So I'm going to answer two questions at once. That's pretty cool. So these come as a standard 7-ply. You've got a vertical grain that's pretty called a face, and then another vertical grain that's not so pretty called a core, and then a horizontal grain called a crossband. So the way they're layered is face, core, crossband, core, crossband, core, and then another face. So that makes your standard 7 boards. We can also make them in a 6-ply or an 8-ply. But good questions there. Thank you, Rabbit. Country, it's $70 for popsicles, and then shapes go up from there. If you go to lifeskateboard.com, you can check out all of our prices, all of our options. Sorry, I woke up yet, but apparently my ability to speak has not. Yeah, just go to the website. It can speak better than I can. I swear this Red Bull will kick in at some point. I just want to get my work done today so I can go skate. That's another one ready for graphics there. Nice and pretty boring popsicle. Sorry. I like shaped boards, but we make everything. We make everything for everybody because we want to. Do I have any skate tattoos? Let's see. This was a graphic by Larkenstein for Superfly Speedball, which was my bearing sponsor. I got this for Quentin Bradford, who unfortunately passed away. May he rest in peace. Got one of our graphics from Life right here. Another graphic from Life. I've got my signature graphic up my leg. Let's see. Got a little ghost doing a Casper flip on my arm right here. Done really poorly. I don't know. I can't remember all of them. These are from skateboarding. No, guy, this is not the same Life. This is a completely different company. This company actually makes their skateboards. So we make boards start to finish here at Life Skateboards. We press our boards, we shape them, we apply the graphics. Whoa. Thank you, Sweaty Freddy. Of course, Guy. So Sam in the chat there is actually owner and operator of Life Skateboards. So everything that I say either gets backed up or denied by that guy right there, him. But he gets the final say on everything. Thank you, Diablo. From Melbourne. Hey, Darren, you want to try that again? If you're going to try to, why don't you take that from the top? Let's see it again. Jeremiah, I will definitely give you one. You just got to go to lifeskateboard.com, get a life, and then I'll have to ship it to you. Definitely doing. It definitely saves people's lives, that's for sure. On my page, there's a video called Bam Bound, and in that video, there's a great interview with Bam Margera about sobriety. He's at the end of it, he says, "Skate or die, skate." And that's been running through my head quite a bit. So check that out if you're wanting to see it. Oh, we definitely do. Sweaty Freddy, I've got so many stories of telling people to go get a life, and then having hateful, angry messages from blocked accounts on my Facebook and Instagram. It's great. I love it. I've pissed a lot of people off by telling them to get a Life Skateboard. Chris, we don't do that here, and the reason we don't do that is because heat ruins the bond between wood and glue. So we apply all of our graphics with hand-carved linoleum blocks. These boards are for skating, not just looking at. But that's a cool process for like wall hangers and stuff like that. Definitely. For artwork, yes. Get a life. It's awesome because then you can tell your friends to get a life, and it's not insulting them unless they really need to get a life. And in which case, you can buy them a Life Skateboard, and then they'll have a new Life Skateboard. But it'll be with a good skateboard that you watch get made on this live right here. The best wood for skateboards is Great Lakes or Canadian maple. Maple is a very malleable yet strong wood that's not very porous. And you want something grown with long winters and slow growth, so they're tight grains. Tight grains make the wood stronger and less porous. So that's why you want maple from Great Lakes or Canada. Why do we say both? Because it's really easy to say Canadian maple, but to be more accurate, some of it does come from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. So calling it Great Lakes or Canadian kind of encompasses everything. Good question there. No, Asian wood is horrible for skateboards. Once again, maple has been tried and true for years. There are companies that are putting birch composites in place of some of the maple. That's just cutting quality for quantity. This is the tried and true method here. How can you get a Life Skateboard?
So Matthew, you're in Australia. We do ship all over the world. Now international shipping is a flat rate. International shipping sucks right now. So what we always suggest is order with some friends. You save on shipping, we lose a little on shipping, we sell multiple boards, it's worth it to us. So just go to lifeskateboard.com, check us out, and you'll be prompted with international shipping at the end of the order. Good questions today, guys. And even on just the boring part here. Hi there, Eric. Are you commenting on your own life, or did you just hop in here to try to talk down on someone that's enjoying the work that they're doing? Just curious, Eric. Oh, thank you, Stephen. I mean, it would definitely be it would be horrible if companies switched to like this roller that just kind of melted plastic onto boards to apply graphics. It would be horrible if companies just like cut quality for quantity to mass produce graphics, which is actually what the industry does right now. So the industry standard is a heat transfer, which damages the boards. Heat weakens the bond between glue and maple. It's pretty standard common sense right there. Pushing it through a heat roller, no matter how easy that is, doesn't change the fact that it's going to damage the board. So that's why here at Life Skateboards we apply all of our graphics with hand-carved linoleum blocks. Thank you, Stephen, for that. I've been skateboarding 21 years. Thank you. Thank you, Ronley. Thank you. So unfortunately, you guys are just watching the last step here. You go to lifeskateboard.com and get one of your own. We've got over 77 shapes on the website. We ship all over the world. But like I said, this is just the last step that you guys are watching. So now that this one is ready for graphics, I'll go ahead and show you guys the pressing room. Unfortunately, we aren't going to make it into the studio today. If you're enjoying this not jumping all over the place live, that would be because we set up Wi-Fi inside of this metal box. But until we get that extended over to the studio, the Wi-Fi will cut out on me if I step outside the metal box. So, all right. So here is our pressing and gluing room. Here's our veneer storage here. These shelves, we glue the boards by hand right here and then put them in the press. We've got our wide press. This is our long press, but there's currently a monster mold in there. And then this is our standard press. These are a bunch of finished boards up on the wall here. And these are all templates up here on this wall. This is a rack of curing boards. Once the boards are pressed, they're in the press for 24 hours. They cure for 7 days before the shape is cut out. Once the uncuts are cured, they look like that. Sam puts the truck holes in right here. Attaches one of these templates to the bottom of it through the truck hole. He then runs that template along this bearing right here. This cuts out the shape. We bring the edge to a 90 on this belt, round it off right here on that thingy. Clean it up here, clean it up a little bit more here, and then this is the last step before graphics are applied. So the blocks you use for graphics stick to stained boards. Steven, I'm a little confused by that statement. I apologize. This is a graphic application process we've been using for, what, since 2012? The cool thing about using the blocks too is that you can use them for apparel. So this is actually an old block that I made this shirt with here. It's a great question, Dixie. We do a lot with the boards that are blemished and things like that. Got a little projects here. So when I have time, which lately I haven't had a lot of time because my time's been taken up with editing and things like that, but I'll make little pieces of material out of the old boards, make little pendants with them, make little keychains with them, stuff like that. Oh, especially when it's nice to be able to use scrap for that as well. I am not from Ohio. Nope, I'm Indiana. What about Def Skateboard, Jonathan? Here's a trivia question for you. Who is the deaf skateboarder that has a grab misnamed after them that had to be renamed? Is it expensive to make? What do you mean? $70 to buy one of these popsicles. Muska. I met him a couple years ago. I met him in Columbia Station, Ohio at the Lagoon when I was with Jim Gray and Eric Gresson. Oh, hi, Mike. Hello, Mike. Sorry. When I'm this tired, you guys just get the storm that is inside my brain. Go ahead and double tap that screen for me if you're liking, so YouTube knows that you like it. I worded that really badly. Also, I did set up a Patreon, guys. If you'd like to support, that's an option. It's purely just if you want to support. I don't want to make a wall for any of my content. So it's just up there. You don't get anything special for subscribing. It's just support. So I did not ask him about Ferris. I don't know why I would do that. I bite new to this and want to see what you got. Oh, all right, Jack. So things you can expect on this page, obviously lives like this. I'm currently doing a series called Life Skateboards, where I edit. I'll show off a shape, I'll give you all the specs on that shape, and then I will take the shape through every step of sanding in real time. And that's pretty much it for that series. In the meantime, I'm going to be working on a series called Lagoon to the Moon, where me and a crew of guys, that'll be Luke Nation, Chuck Bennett, and Johnny Burley, going to travel around. I'm currently saving up for the editing software to get that done. I need DaVinci Pro for that. So every little bit of supporting me helps right now and helps push the channel a little bit further. We went to Columbia Station again this last weekend and got all the footage for that. And then we're talking about another trip down to the Columbus, Nashville, Bloomington area. Show off Redbird Skate Shop and Tattoo. Show off Columbus Skate Park, all the free spots there. Show off Nashville Skate Park and then the 2 parks in Bloomington. What's for sale? If you go to lifeskateboard.com, everything's for sale. So we make our boards to order here. So when you order one, we're gonna make it for you. That way it's not just sitting on a warehouse shelf waiting for you. It's actually been made for you. We got popsicles for $70. You can make a popsicle real expensive though. If you're in Redford, Michigan, yep, we ship to you for sure. We actually got a team rider up near your area named Lyle. Hi there, Russell. You know that's the answer to no. If this is what yours looks like, I'd suggest you go see a doctor. This is a snake. So that's a good question. This is a 150 grit, so it's not really taking off much material. What I'm doing here, I'm not sure if you guys can see that. It shows it a little bit in the glare, but there's some lines on here. There's some a little bit of glue, so it's just removing that. Once that's visually gone, it's good. And then just cleaning up the edges. When I say cleaning up the edges, it's just making these edge lines look right, making sure everything is perfectly smooth. Once again, this is just a 150. I'm not taking off very much material at all. I'm just cleaning up. Good question, Dylan, I am going to agree and not continue to talk about it. Yeah, I don't get into talking about any of that here on the channel, but I just want to share that I agree. What wood do we use? 9? Jonathan, you know what, buddy? I'm sorry. But when you're misleading people in the chat, that gets you hidden. Sorry, dude. So these are 7 layers of maple. What's up, John? I assume Sam got a hold of you about your order. Just waiting on a shirt. Yeah, I'm up early today. I wanted to get these boards finished so I could get a good skate session in today. Good. I'm glad that you guys got a hold of each other. I knew he said he was going to text you, but wasn't sure what was going to happen. So Jack Carson, go to try a different browser. So it's a pretty heavy website. You might need to reduce protections or give permissions to whatever browser you're using. Unfortunately, it's just a pretty heavy website. So whenever I suggest somebody to use another browser, it tends to work right away. So let me know if that works for you. It's 50% off of apparel when you order a deck, I believe, if that deal is still going on. I haven't been on the website in a minute. Alright, so now that the top and bottom of the deck are clean, we're going to get the edges. And that's for everybody else going. If you're having any trouble with the website, try a different browser. It is a pretty heavy website. We are in the midst of changing it right now. We got quite a bit of boards that aren't on the website that we want on there. What's really cool is this series that I'm doing called Life Takes Shape. I included a lot of boards that aren't on the website, so when the website drops, you guys will be able to see videos with all the specs of all those shapes that haven't been on there before. And that includes those giant 14.6, 13.6 boards. So you won't have to jump through hoops to order them anymore. But I'm going to be holding on to those videos until the website drops. I do have videos scheduled for the next week or so. I've also got footage for 9 more videos that I need to go home and edit after I'm done today. Your leg vibrated, answer the text messages. Hi Jamie, so you're actually the second 27-year-old in here that just started skateboarding. It doesn't matter when you got to skateboarding or how you got there, you're welcome here. You're gonna have a great time. It's gonna take all of your focus away from everything else while you're focusing on that little toy underneath your feet. You're gonna find yourself in a community that loves and cares about you and actually has a sense of community. Hopefully your local scene has a really good community. You're walking into something that you never have to quit doing. So you can do this for the rest of your life. Welcome to skateboarding. Pick it up. All right. So we got 2 more on the orbital here, and then we finally get to shape these last 3. Let me go grab my Red Bull and hope I wake up a little bit. Double tap the screen for me while I'm gone. There's the website. Check it out. Get away! I don't mean to yell. I just stuck my head outside and there is not a cloud in the sky. It is absolutely beautiful out there. I can't wait to go skate. Hoping timing works out. So I finish work here, take the lady to work, and then I get to go to the skate park. I'm being safe. Pop shove. There you go. Pop shove, right? Just for you, Anthony. There you go. There's a kickflip for you, bud. Whoever ordered this board, it's already been kickflipped on the carpet board. Thank you, Matthew. What's even cooler is they make great skateboards as well. So these boards last a really long time. Between our long press and cure times, no stress graphic application, and our deep concave, they're just made to last. They're not just pretty trash. So thrash the thing and then put it on your wall. But yes, I do agree, they are absolutely beautiful. And what's really cool is you can feel the ink from the graphic application. I definitely can't. That's for sure. So, which one? Because if you're talking about my new signature, we'll measure it right here on live, because there is a new signature shape coming out. So if you look on the website and you find the Casper signature on the website, we've updated that. This is the new 3.0, and before we release it officially on the website, we're doing a signed and numbered release with this collage graphic. There's 10 of these and there's 3 left. Let's go ahead and measure the specs on it while we're here. So I ride 9-inch trucks on this, so the only thing I really cared about was the truck bed. It's 9-inch on the back truck bed and 9-inch on the front truck bed. It's got a nose right at 7 inches, and I believe the tail is also... Oh, just kidding. The tail is 6 3/4, so a 7-inch nose and a 6 3/4 tail. Your very center is sitting right at 8.5. Your nose is sitting at 8, and so is the tail. The tail tapers back out to an 8.5, but I really like it. I knuckled the nose, I rounded off the tail. If you go to lifeskateboard.com and order the Casper signature that looks like the old one, which is this one, you're gonna get this. And if you're in the next 3 to order, you're gonna get one of those signed and numbered ones. Sorry, it's all complicated. We're updating the website to make this easier. Yeah, NC John got 3 of these. Yeah, be more like it. Be more like John. He got 3 of these things. That was awesome. So the way I came up with that shape is adding on to the shape that I already designed. So I originally designed the Casper 1.0 and it had a weak spot in the nose. And then the Casper 2.0 was fun, but there wasn't a lot of surface area on the nose, and I didn't like how stretched out the concave was because it had to come out of the wide press. So I kind of tapered it down to the widest point being 9.25 so it would fit on the standard press, have tighter concave, and beefed up the nose so I'd have more surface area for crit grinds. It definitely does stretch. So that was part of the reason that I knuckled the nose, was to give it some versatility on top. I used to skate a double knuckle and a knuckle, and they were both really fun. I hadn't had a knuckle nose in a long time, so I thought that would be fun to play with. Hey Nico, you should probably make jokes that make me laugh or something. That's repeating random names isn't helpful. Oh, dang, I missed that. Yeah, sorry, Daniel. I'm actually 7 years sober. Here at Life Skateboards, we are addicts in recovery. The owner and I both are. So, just Red Bull for me. Thank you, John. I didn't even notice that got said. And if you guys haven't noticed, I think I'm going to stick with this. Whoever makes the first joke that I smile at gets pinned to the top of the chat there. That's how these lives are going to go. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah. 7 years from booze, and then probably, I think, 4 years for everything else. Of course this is a real life. Do people do fake lives? I'm unaware of this. Ew, you got her a death wish. Don't buy factory garbage. Show her you love her and get her a Life skateboard. Thank you, Sarah. X-Park, you can't really save a waterlogged board, unfortunately. That just is what it is. Jack, if that punchline is racist in any way, shape, or form, it's gonna get you kicked. Nope. Alright, that's, I don't know. Chat, determine that one. Make the decision for me. I get scared on the internet when people start with this shit. That was pretty mild. So stretch, there's a little bit of a learning curve, but I think it's fun, in my opinion. It definitely wasn't, Jack. You scared me, but it could have gone racist, so that's why I gave you the warning. So you got approval there, I think. So stretch, there's a little bit of a learning curve, and that's because your point that touches the ground is not just this point at the tail anymore. This point at the tip of the tail. When you have a square tail or square nose, you've got bigger surface area to pop off of. There's a smile. So the learning curve is fun, though. I really enjoy figuring out new flip tricks on different shapes and things like that. I don't know. That's part of the fun of skateboarding for me, refiguring out things. My favorite thing to do on every shape, honestly, is to figure out crooked grinds, because you've got different surface areas, different angles on all these shapes with different noses. It's pretty fun. It's pretty hard to maintain like 3 conversations with you guys at a time. If I thought I had prodromal schizophrenia, it's already happening. I'm definitely in a metal box talking to a magic screen right now. It'll come, Raider. Don't worry. Never give up. Every time you get a little bit closer to something, don't get discouraged. Because you're building up muscles that you've never used before. So the next time you try it, it'll... Yeah. All right. One more here on the orbital, and then we get to shaping the last 3. Actually, hold on. Did I already... Oops. I started this yesterday. This is the one I ended on yesterday, guys. Oh, definitely. They don't like me in the loony bin anymore, though. We're making skateboards, Zara. This is the boring step. I promise I'll get to the exciting step in just a minute. Now remember, guys, if you want to support directly, you can buy supers or thanks, or I have a Patreon set up. It's in the description on my channel. Make sure you subscribe if you like what you're watching, and double tap the screen so YouTube knows you like it. Thank you guys very much. We're gonna clean up the edges here because I'm not sure if I got that far yesterday. And then we're going to hop over to shaping a mid-twin. Raider, we just do our company here at Life Skateboards, but if you contact Sam, who's actually in the chat here, through the Life Instagram, he can talk to you about, sorry about that, Red Bull coming back up, talk to you about customs. Thanks, Raider. What's cool, we have a shape called the Raider. That's pretty cool. You should get a Raider. Hi there, Beartech. I know that you're new here, and welcome to Days with Casper. How skateboards should be made, not how to make suggestions for a guy that's doing his job. See, this is a vacuum system that the orbital is hooked up to. As you'll see me move on to the rest of this process here, where there isn't a vacuum system, you'll see me put a mask on. But thank you for the concern. Because I gotta wake up early. That's why, David. Sorry. Jeez. Listen, bud. I've stopped putting a lot of things into my system, like alcohol, substances, and all kinds of things. Let me have my caffeine, all right? Thanks. Thank you. Thanks, David. I just had to make that a little fun. You want to buy one of the decks? You go to lifeskateboard.com. We're located in New Palestine, Indiana, just 20 minutes east of Indianapolis. We're going to go ahead and hop over here, and we're going to shape a mid-twin, and then we're going to shape some monsters, guys. Are you guys ready for the Aggro Extreme? Aggro means extreme, so Aggro Extreme better be pretty extreme. I hope I'm good at what I'm doing. Well, thank you, Ryan. I appreciate it. And if you'd like to support, I do have a Patreon set up, but just sharing my stuff makes things awesome. When we deliver to Mongolia, we deliver all over the world. I don't know if we have delivered anything to Mongolia. That would be pretty cool. International shipping is a flat rate, and international shipping sucks right now. So order with some friends. You save on shipping. We lose a little on shipping. We sell multiple boards. It's worth it to us. You get some life boards. I'm going to go ahead and get to shaping here. Let me go ahead and put my hair out, put the mask on, and we will move along. Be real, it was filmed last week. I'm confused with that, buddy. Thank you from Latvia. All right. What am I doing? Mid-twin. So I actually happen to know that this is for a new team member, Jake Dahey. Jake Dahey is an absolute ripper. I met him when I was out at Bam Margera's house. He was skating a board with this similar shape. I suggested this to him. I see, Matthew. Well, you're allowed to. Using Amazon? I don't think so. Hi there, Edgar. So here at Life Skateboards, we apply all of our graphics with hand-carved lino blocks. But if you'd like, what we can do is send you a board that doesn't have a bottom graphic, and you can throw that on there yourself. It is really sick. This is actually what Jake specifically asked for. Alright, real quick, I gotta go grab the compressor hose. So this has an air bladder in it. Obviously, it gets a little bit low sometimes. And go turn the compressor on and grab the hose. I'll be right back. Alright, let me go get the compressor off. There's a leak and I don't like getting scared in the middle of the shot when it's silent in here and then that goes off and then I jump and then I'm gonna shut up. All right. Maybe. If you carve the block. All right, I'm gonna clean this off and get started here. on to my least favorite machine. The Mac wheel tried to kill me one time. It's the reason my hair goes up in the shop. Let's move you guys over here, and we will get to the orbital again. So this shop was built by Sam Koch, who you'll see in the chat here. He's been doing custom woodworking for longer than I can tell you, and he's been making me these boards since 2012. I'm a little confused by what you're trying to say there as far as making something last longer. Were you talking about on the drum right there? Because I have to keep things with the grain as I go. So I'm a little confused. Good to see. Oh, Hopeton. What's up, dude? Thanks for hopping in here. Always cool to see familiar names in the chat. Right, Brad. I'm a little confused because are you talking about the sleeve on the drum there or the belt on the belt sander? Because there's a sleeve over there and there's a belt over there. So I'm a little concerned on... So yeah, no, that's not... So that's for precision. So I'm going to just go ahead and show you what we're doing when we do that. So while we're pulling that across the belt, what I'm doing is bringing this edge to a 90. So as I go along there, I'm closing the gap visually from the top. So that's why you go from left to right there. That's just how we make skateboards. Maybe that's how you're using your belt for something else. But here at Life Skateboards, we are making skateboards. And that's how we got to do it. Once again, this is how skateboards should be made. Yeah, definitely is different. This is called how skateboards should be made. I'm gonna show you guys how skateboards should be made. I'm gonna skate today for sure, Sweaty Freddy. Hopeton, did you get to see this at the back? Look at this thing. We made the aggro even more aggro. Oh, we got lots of punk points though. I met Hopeton through the Welfare Line Skateboard Collectors. Yeah, that thing is gigantic, isn't it, Hopeton? That's crazy, Brad, but what you can do is make my job a little bit better and give me more work by going to lifeskateboard.com and getting a life. I'm just going to throw it out there. Never mind. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. Too early and the filter needs to go on. I mean, lately, probably Ben Margera is my favorite person that I've met. Thank you, Hopeton. Hanging out at Castle Bam was pretty cool. I unplugged this by accident. Oopsies. The hose unplugged with the vacuum. Alright. But yeah, hanging out at Castle Bam was awesome. It is really cool. I mean, I met him in my local park. He invited us out to the castle. If you guys didn't know, it was his birthday yesterday, as well as his 1-year anniversary. Thank you, Hopeton. And I'm sorry I missed a question in there. Drunk hiccup. This is a mid-twin. With this shape comes in an 8-1, an 8-6, and a 9-1. That's our mid-twin, our small twin, mid-twin, and big twin. Hi, Real Hillbilly. So we don't make snow skates here, but there's a company called Mech Shift Snow Skates. That's MEK Shift Snow Skates. They've bought a couple of our boards and turned them into snow skates. I think that's pretty rad. I mean, not really. Let's try it one more time here. One more time. We're going to give this a moment here while I start on the next board. This needs a little bit more love. Yeah, just let me know when everything comes back. All right, it's good. So we... Super frustrating. Sorry about that. Mid-twin, ready for graphics. This is going to go to Jake Dahey, the new team member at Life Skateboards. If you're not familiar with him, go check him out. He absolutely rips. I met him at Castle Bam. He boosted a tray flip Benihana. I think, what was that? I think it was half cab heel. It was either half cab heel or half cab flip to nose, which was insane that Bam filmed. Yeah, the Wi-Fi needs Red Bull too. I'm not too happy about that. Hey, there you are. Jake Daney, right here. Look at that. No way. Jake Daney, drop all of your... Here's your kickflip. Look at that. Jake, your board. Awesome. Your board has been kickflipped before you got it. How do you feel about that, bud? Jake, drop all of your socials into the chat. Everybody needs to subscribe to you, follow you, watch what you do. You're going places, you rip. Everybody wants to see it. Awesome. We got a Life team member in the chat. All right. Next step here. We're going to go ahead and take these Aggro Extremes through the steps together. So we're going to do these 2 at a time. I'm going to move this stack out of my way here. So these right here are the Aggro Extremes. These are, you guessed it, extreme. They're gigantic. Why? Because why not? The 13-inch slappies will look great on here. There it is. Half cab heel, nose fill, revert. I knew it was one of the two. Literally, just watching Jake skate, you'll just have your jaw on the floor. It's really cool. Really glad we ran into you guys. All right, I'm gonna get to shaping these. I'm gonna shut up and shape. Don't forget, guys, double tap the screen if you like what you're watching. Subscribe for me, share this for me. If you want to support directly, I do have a Patreon. You can buy supers, thanks, all that fun stuff. All the income from YouTube right now is going to the editing software to be able to edit the travel videos that we've been working on. In the meantime, at 5 o'clock today, I do have a scheduled post. That would be Life Take Shape. I've got those scheduled for the next week, as well as I think I've got 11 or so filmed that I need to edit. So, downhill skating is so fun. All right, now to shape these monsters. So since we're done with the belt sander today, I'm just going to clean it off for myself tomorrow. Thank you. It's where I keep my favorite spiders. Good morning, Denise. D-Nice. You're really nice. Thank you. I learned from my boss, Sam. All right, so this is my favorite step of the process. What you're going to see here is I'm going to be angling it down a little bit more than the other boards. So this is set up for 7 plies, and these guys are going to be 6, so I got to be a little careful. Actually, one of these is a 7-ply.
Thank you, guys. I'm just catching up here. I'm liking what's happening in the chat here. You guys keep that up. All right.
back wheel for both of these. If you guys are enjoying what you're watching, double tap the screen for me, subscribe so you can keep up with these. Alright, so we just have the orbital on these last two here, and then I'm just going to clean up and head out. Alright. Oh, these are at the widest point 14 inches. At the truck bed 13. So 13-inch slappies. All right, so I'm gonna get to orbitaling these. Yeah, they're gigantic. We make everything though. These come off of their own press. We've got a 15-inch press here at Life Skateboards. We made a bunch of different shapes for it. Those are the instructions for how to order those are on Life Skateboard 1010 on Instagram. However, real soon here we'll have things on the website. They are currently working on the website. Part of what I'm doing here and why I've been doing so many different shapes is because we need pictures for the new website. So some new shapes are going to be on there. It's going to be exciting. Lifeskateboard.com. I'm so sorry, guys. Lifeskateboard.com. Go over there and get yourself a light. That's rad, man. I don't remember what I rode when I was younger. Just kidding. My first deck was a toy machine. And then I had no clue what I was getting, so it was just random crap after that. That's funny, we were just talking about termite the other day. Sam's son, his first board was a termite. Hey Jake, I got a question for you. Would you ever want us to square top the edge on your boards? And if you guys are watching now, we can do that on any of our boards. I just remember that Jake used to skate square top boards. But if you guys didn't know, we do make youth boards, kicks closer together as well. Yeah, actually, I got one right here. This one had a pressing issue, so we didn't end up finishing it, but pretty much like that. So I don't route the top edge, and then I come back by hand and kind of clean it up with a 150, but don't take that edge off. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. What sucks is this was a blend that I'm pretty sure we were getting ready for one of us, and I'm not even sure if it's going to be okay to skate. We gotta finish it anyway, right? Whenever we have blends from Life, it's me and Sam usually do it. There you go, Jake. I'm just curious. I remember the other boards kind of had that top edge like that, so wasn't sure if you knew that we did that or not. Jake has been ripping our mid-twin. It didn't take him long to get used to it and start throwing some bangers on it. Thank you, Darko. Normal, Jake. I think it's called normal. This one's ready for graphics. Mark something on here for Sam. If you're wondering what I wrote "Whoa, buddy" on here. That's the professional communication we have here at Life Skateboards. That's true. Now I had those brands focused more on being a part of the production rather than outsourcing it. Maybe they wouldn't have that issue. You know what I mean? Oh, thanks, Kyle. I'm glad you hopped on here. No, if we want to go back far enough, we can thank... Who can we thank, people? Who can we thank for the start of the corporatization and decline of skateboarding? Here's your trivia question. Who can we thank? He's currently back and involved in the skateboarding industry again. Who was it? I'll give you a hint. He sold the world. Nope. Not zoomies. This is pre-zoomies. Nope. Close. Who's the man who sold the world? Nope. That's not true. Who's the man who sold the world? Bam's doing good. We froze again. All right, I'm going to give you guys a couple more guesses, and then we're going to... The man who sold the world. Are you guys... There's a whole... Definitely not. David Bowie. Now, that's the best guess so far. It's definitely not Bam Margera. That's stupid. No, the man who sold the world would be... You guys ready? Steve Rocco. Did you guys not know the whole documentary called The Man Who Sold the World about the selling of the first skateboarding company on the stock market? That would be Steve Rocco with World Industries. Close. Close though, John. That's good use right there. Yeah, go watch The Man Who Sold the World. It'll show you the hypocrisy of how World Industries got started with their graphics and how they started suing people that used their graphics and then sold it on the stock market. Now, what did Steve Rocco do when sidewalk distribution started again? I believe he sent out a letter that said it's time to kill skateboarding. So... Dang. That's a good question. Two cats in a trench coat. And if you are two cats in a trench coat, you can just come out. Pss, pss, pss. But anyway, they're for fun. Slappy made a 13-inch truck. It's really fun to skate these. Correct. Can I get you out of your trench coat, bud? Of course. Hey, listen, if Professor Oak is saying at you, you better be careful. You're going to be a part of the next Pokedex. I don't know, because they've got this selfish idea that they know what skateboarding is as if one person can define it, and they don't like how the things are going, so that I have no clue. That was a great question. That's a great question. I was real confused by the letter from Steve Rocco, but it is what it is. So this is the Aggro Extreme. It's designed after Lou Ross's Aggro shape. The Aggro shape is a little bit smaller than this one's 14 inches wide, 13 inches on the truck bed. It's fun. If you go to Life Skateboards 1010 on Instagram, there's a few posts with instructions on how to order these. Dang, Brian, you could have just ordered the Life Skateboard, any of the Life Skateboards that you wanted. And I'd be even happier for you. Go to, hey, Graham, go to lifeskateboard.com. Get a life. Get a life. Hey, the Duttons, welcome to How Skateboards Should Be Made, not how to tell people things that you've never done. So this is a skateboard right here. It said, stop rocking my sander. That bother you? Well, you see, here at Life Skateboards, I'm making skateboards, and I'm showing you how to do so. Just keep an eye out. You're going to watch me do this with an orbital sander, too. Once again, we're making skateboards here. Thanks for it, good buddy. This thing is gigantic. It's 14 inches wide. Yes, I know. Yeah, we actually made a whole 15-inch press for these. When I'm done shaping this, I've got a stack of the big boards out there. I'll show them to you guys before I end the live. Dang, Brad. All right, you know what? We're gonna level here. I have done this for so long that I've definitely done that. Sitting there like, dang, why is this thing not sanding? And then look, and the pad is destroyed because it happens. It's okay. We're doing monotonous work. Sometimes monotonous things happen. It is what it is. I haven't been. I've been giving my knee a rest for a week, so my goal today is to get back to it. I agree, Sweaty. Definitely agree with you. What's a warm-up? Just skate. Well, pss, pss, pss. That's how I'm going to get your attention from now on, two cats in a trench coat. That is actually a good question. So maple is important to making skateboards. I don't know why I said important. Maple is the best for making skateboards, specifically Great Lakes or Canadian maple. And the reason for that is maple is a very strong yet malleable wood, so we can get this concave into it. As you can see, it's quite a concave board there. But the reason you want Great Lakes or Canadian maple is because you want something with long winters and slow growth. Long winters and slow growth create wood with tight grains. Tight grains make the wood stronger, but also less absorbent. You want something less porous for skateboards. That's a good question there. Sam, we addressed two cats in a trench coat with pss, 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 okay? Sorry, boss man. I didn't mean to talk to you like that. I'm sorry. I'll ground myself. Of course. Sam, did you see that Hopeton was in here earlier? We are in New Palestine, Indiana. We are in New Palestine, Indiana, just 20 minutes east of Indianapolis, but we did move from Muncie to New Pal. Sam, who are you responding to? I see. That's a ways back. Yeah, Hopeton was in here. Nah, man, look at these forearms. I don't think we have an issue with that. We're all right. I never did. Nope, but we're selling skateboards. So you can, Professor Oak, I swear to God, if you buy a skateboard, I'll finish your Pokedex. I'll do it. I swear. All right, real quick, I'm going to show you guys these big shapes, and then I'm going to get the heck off of here. All right, so here is the triple XL panhead. Here is the quadruple XL panhead. Here is the mega roll. Here is the Mega Roll XL. Here is the Mega Twin. And here is the Mega Twin XL. So you're looking at these and you're like, why? Why not? So 13-inch slappies are going to work on these. Head over to the Life Skateboards Instagram. That's Life Skateboards 1010 to get yourself a Life. I'm sorry, to check out the instructions on how to get yourself one of these. Lifeskateboard.com is where you get yourself a Life, but the Life Skateboards Instagram has instructions on how to get these before we add them to the website. What's the difference between these and other big boards on the market? Look at that concave. That's the difference. Wheel flares all the way to the edge. Really good concave, handcrafted, and graphics applied with hand-carved lino blocks. But all right, guys, real quick before we get off of here today. Thanks. Yeah, very skatable. Jake, this is the one that Bam had. This is the one Bam was skating, the triple XL panhead when we were at the castle. They're pretty fun. All right, now before I hop off of here, we're gonna go through this spiel. All right, so there are currently 3 of the new Casper Signature 3.0 signed and numbered left, up for grabs. So I made a new version of my shape, and before we officially release it, we're gonna do a signed and numbered release of 10 boards. 7 of those are gone already. Here's an example of that collage graphic, the shape, and this signed and numbered signature, all that fun stuff. So how do you get these? You go to lifeskateboard.com, go into the signature section and look over the Casper signature. What you're gonna see on the website there is this shape, but when you order it, this is what you're gonna get. If you're in the next 3 to order it, you're gonna get one of these signed and numbered ones with that free collage on there. The collage is usually a $25 upcharge, but wanna look out for those first customers that are grabbing it. Thank you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here, clean up the shaping room, get home, get the lady to work, and then hopefully get a session in. I've got some editing to do, but in the next couple days, I'll be back here and live. Don't forget, 5 o'clock every day, there is a, thank you. 5 o'clock every day, there is a Life Take Shape video scheduled to post. And then once the new website is out, I've got a backlog of quite a few videos to go with the new website. The artist for these graphics, the majority of them is Ben Blakely. They're hand-carved linoleum blocks, carved by local artists. Some of them were done by Fat Ram Tattoo, but the majority is Ben Blakely. You'll have to look him up. Great dude and an amazing artist. He's gone on to murals. He's great. So, but have a great day, guys. I wish I knew French. Sorry, lo siento. Have a great day. Bye. Get a life. Like, share, subscribe. All the YouTube jargon I'm supposed to say.